Hi, it's Eldin from the Mind Body Project. Welcome back. Thank you very much for coming here. So I hope you enjoyed the depression tips that I gave, or how to get depression, should I say. So I hope you enjoyed those few weeks of me doing that. The videos are still over on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, so just go and look them up. So the next 4 weeks I'm going to be talking about mindset for success. So what I'm going to be doing is covering all themes that, like, someone with a really good mindset, a person who gets results, what do they do that's different from an average performer? So what is it? How do they think? Especially with the themes, how do they think? What do they do? So I'm going to give that for the next 4 weeks. I'm going to do one a day again, like I've been doing, the same format. And I'm going to talk about, today I'm going to be talking about cause versus effect. So this is the mindset series. So cause versus effect is what we're going to be talking about first of all. Now, let's talk about cause versus effect. Right, so I was on an NLP. This is sort of an NLP theme. And on our course, we got presented with some communication between two people. So you've got person one here, you got person two there. And the question was, what percentage are they both, what percentage is it that they have responsibility for that communication? So if I'm speaking to another person, what percentage is it? Now, what we come up with, we just said, well, it's 50-50, isn't it? Yeah, it's 50-50. 50% here, this person has responsibility for the communication, and 50% person number two. Yeah. So that's what we come up with. Now in NLP, the problem is, if you're only taking 50% responsibility for that communication and something happens, then you're not going to get very good results. Yeah, because this is a typical conversation. If 50% their fault, 50% your fault, you're going to have a conversation. I told you this. I told you this. The other person is going to say something like, no, you didn't tell me this. It's your fault. The other person, you're going to say, no, it's your fault. I did tell you this. And I've seen it in the workplace. I've seen it with couples. I've seen it so many times, that conversation take place. What I notice the differences between someone who's successful and someone who's not is that a different conversation would take place when it comes to those who are successful. It would be something like this. I told you this, however, it's my responsibility for not communicating that through to you so you understood it in this way. The other person would say, and especially if they took 100% responsibility, they both took 100% responsibility. Oops. Then the other person would say, right, okay, so I didn't get this. I didn't get that's what you meant. However, I should have asked some more questions. I take responsibility for not actually asking the questions or getting clarity on what you have said. Now, that is so there's two organisations that do that. So there's one that does a 50% responsibility, part your fault, part my fault, and then you've got an organisation who takes 100% responsibility for their communication. Yeah, sorry I didn't communicate it to you, because what will happen is those who take 100% responsibility, because that's happened, because something bad has happened there, they will then go something like, okay, so next time, then what we can do is this. We'll write down exactly everything we've said, make sure we both understood it, and make sure that this doesn't happen again. So what they've done is they've adjusted now their behaviour. They've learnt from that mistake. They've learnt from it, because people say about learning, they don't really learn from events as far as I can see. But the person who takes 100% responsibility has learnt from that and said, this is how we're going to do it next time so it doesn't happen again. So they've adjusted their behaviour. They've changed. They've upgraded. Yeah. In NLP, we say 100%. You take 100% responsibility for the communication. Now, cause versus effect, because in life, there's two sides. You've got the cause side, which is taking 100% responsibility, and the effect side, which have been taking that 50%, 50% responsibility, or even less, whatever. 99% responsibility is basically you're still on the effect side of the equation. Yes, the cause side. So on the cause side, you will be sort of saying, I'm responsible for all the joyous things that happen in my life. I created all of those things in my life. I create all the joyous things. I create all the things that happen in my life. Yeah? Now, on the effect side, you're going to have lots of reasons why you didn't get the results that you wanted. Yeah? You're going to say things like, everything that happened to me, somebody else did it. So in regards to the communication here, it's like, no, it was their fault. I told them this and it was their fault. Now, that's easy to say, but as a learning, and as you developing as a person, then you are letting yourself down and you're giving up your power to somebody else. If you don't take 100% responsibility, you are giving away your power to somebody else or something else. And a lot of people, the thing is, in our society, we're sort of programmed to do that, because, like, for example, if I took responsibility for an accident, all of a sudden I'm going to get in trouble. Yeah, you're going to get in trouble. Your lawyers say, no, don't take responsibility. So this is sort of ingrained at a level where in society, which is actually problematic. It's like, because that filters down, so you do that in everything in life. So you blame others for everything. Blame the government for this. Hey, it's the government's fault that this happened. Why did the government like allow people to have a referendum on Brexit? It's like, now that's going to cause me problems. Yeah, so that's the sort of thing. The blame somebody else. Yeah, that creates anger, emotions, or it's the teacher's fault. The teacher didn't teach me properly, so therefore it's their fault that I didn't learn. Yeah, it's my mum's fault. It's my dad's fault. It's my boss's fault. So you're always trying to blame somebody else. You didn't do it, somebody else did it to you. Yeah, that's the effect side of the equation. And if you think about it like this, if you go through life like that, and you go to age 85, and you go through life like that, the fact of the matter is that because when you get to that age, you're going to look back on your life and you're going to realise that you haven't created anything substantial in your life because it was somebody else's fault. But whether it is somebody else's fault or isn't somebody else's fault, you are still not going to have a very satisfying life. Yeah? You're not going to. So because in life, you're either going to have results that you wanted to get, or you're going to have the reasons why you haven't got the results you wanted to get. And that's it. You just have those two things there. And what I realised when this got explained to me, and I realised that I was doing that, then all of a sudden, when you put yourself on that side, the cause side of the equation, things miraculously start changing, because now you have the power to do it. I see a lot of people who say, I suffer with depression, or I suffer with anxiety. Straight away, what they've done there, or what you may have done, is you put yourself on the effect side of the equation. You've just given up your power straight away. You're just giving it up to something else. Yeah. And once you do that, then it's very, very hard for you to actually learn something new. Learning is the thing that you want to be able to do. If I put myself on the cause side of the equation, okay, I'm doing this, I'm choosing to do this, so therefore I can choose not to do it. Yeah, and people will argue me about that, and they go, no, you can't choose it. This is a mindset. Yeah, if you put yourself on that side of the equation, you are not going to be able to adjust your behaviour. You're not going to be able to do anything. Yeah, and this sometimes I had a woman who sat with me, and she sat down with me, and she was exactly the same thing. She was going, no, but it's not my fault. This isn't my fault. This has just happened. And I was saying, listen, at the end of the day, you're getting these results right now. you're getting these results. You don't want these results. Yeah, you're telling me you don't want these results. That means you have to shift your mindset to go and create some new results. Yeah, the laws of the universe don't care what you think. Yeah, they just do not care. However you your mindset is what you're going to create. The universe don't care about your opinions on that. It's just you're either going to have the results that you've got that you want, or you're not going to have the results that you want. Yeah, and then you're going to have lots of reasons why, or excuses why you haven't got the results. That's it. Yeah, and you can keep doing that through to age 75, 85. And if you want that life, when you get there, if you look back and you say, I really wish I'd have done this, you do not want that regret. One of the top 5 things is like when they ask people like before they died, and one of the things is regretting things that they haven't done, not things that they have done, things that they haven't done. And you don't want to be going through life like that with that mindset. Yeah, remember, as soon as I go onto that side, because I had to do this myself, straight away I went, right, let me just go onto this side then. All of a sudden that creates options. All of a sudden it creates options and power. You take your power back. Remember, this is total empowerment. If I'm on the effect side, I'm giving away my power. If I'm on the cause side, I'm taking back my power. And then what I'm going to do is, I may not know what to do straight away, but I'm going to learn. I can learn to do something different. I can learn to create something new. Learning is the key here. Yeah. If you're on the effect side, you're not going to learn anything new, because you're giving away your power to somebody else. And when you give your power away to somebody else, then it's going to make you feel worse, and you're not going to get anywhere. Yeah. So when it comes to this lady, she was like arguing, no, this is not my fault, this is not my fault. I said, right, okay, for just a week, let's do this. Let's just put everything onto the core side of it. Let's just do it for a week then. Yeah. So everything that you're doing right now, the results that you've got right now, is your fault. It's your responsibility. It's all up to you. Take your power back. It's your responsibility, and have a think about it. See what you can come up with next week. Yeah, because you're saying, I can't do this because of this person. I can't do that because of that person. I can't do this because the government did this. That's what she was saying to me. And I come back next week with her, saw her next week. She changed her whole life around. She changed. I had to write ideas that she was coming out with. I wrote them down because I just couldn't believe that she was coming. I was like, wow, how did you do that? And she went, I did this, took responsibility here, did this, did that. And she was so creative because she took her power back. Yeah, she created, and then 3 months later after that, I think she was a champion of her area or something. She'd been rewarded in her area. She got an award because of the change that she helped other people do. Yeah, because all I did was change from being on the effect side of the equation to the cause side of the equation. Yeah, rather than having reasons why she didn't want to get her reasons, she now had results. She had the results that she wanted to get in her life because she had to learn some new things. She had to learn something. Yeah. So that is today. Yeah. So the thing is, if you accept that, because this is one of the biggest things that helped me change, it helped me develop, because I realized then everything that I'm doing now is like, you're getting a result now. Yeah, you may not want the result now that you're getting, but if you put yourself in the cause side, right, I'm doing this to me, then that gives you your power back. And when you have your power back and you realize it's all down to you, then all of a sudden the world is such a different place. It's completely different. It's fantastic, because now you can go out and you can always learn to create something new. You can always do that. So the first one today is a big one, and it is cause versus effect, reasons versus results. So put yourself onto the cause side of the equation. Yeah. If you do that, then you're going to find your life excels, and you're going to learn loads of new things to excel you to the next level. And that's what all the top people, the top 10%, top 2%, top 1%, that's what they all do. It's always them. What am I doing? That's how they think. They're not on that side. Yeah, the successful people are on the cause side of the equation. Unsuccessful people on the effect side of the equation. So hopefully you've taken that in, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next one.